to tell you a little bit about my tool management and how I go about organising the tools for the machine, and how I record all the tool lengths, the tool wear, etc. Now, as many of you will know, and do the spin. Try flipping the camera. Okay, well that's Minnie Mill. She's an old girl, she's 2003, and yes, it has a tool table, but it will record how many hours each tool's done, so you can record the wear. But obviously it's not as fantastic as the newfangled controllers. So basically the only information that's in that controller is what you tell it. You can obviously do the automatic height setting for each tool. And we have a selection of tools that are already set up in the tool changer. So we'll start off with the tools that are already loaded into the machine. What we have is these 3D printed tool clips, and the number that's actually on them is the tool number. It has no relationship to the tool changer, such as tool 5 has been replaced with tool 25, but in the number 5 slot on the tool changer is where you will find number 25. So on here we have various bits of information. I'll get this thing to focus. So on these tool clips, this is the 2mm spot drill. It has 2 flutes. It's a high-speed steel tool. And the date it came into service was the 11th of the 4th, 22. It's hardly done any hours, so yeah, you'd expect that to be a date way back in the past. And then there's the measured length offset for the tool, which is stored in the machine. So then we come over to the tool cart. The front row I tend to use for tools that are getting swapped out of the tool changer. So if they're due to go back in, they'll just go into the front row. Anything else at the back really is fair game, it's just storage. So there's my selection of BT40 tooling that's currently available. There's a few empty collet tool holders there for in case I suddenly need to put a tool together, and a few tools that are currently in use. On the next row down, there's a nice little face mill there that I've still got to get an arbor for. The other face mill is actually in the machine. And as we keep on moving down, vices are stored on there, and you get down to the bottom and you've got the big extension tool holders and the chuck for work holding in the machine. Lots of spare tool clips. Okay, so we've had a look at the tools, and now we'll have a look at my tool table. As a point of reference, the tool is the complete package. It is the holder, the collet chuck, the collet, and the cutter end mill. I made a big boo-boo when I first started. I was trying to manage all of my cutters. Not good. When you get a tool changer, you suddenly realise that, yeah, the tools are actually the full package that you're going to insert into the spindle. It's not the end mills. Hey, we live and learn. So anyways, this is my tool table that I use for the mini mill. The first column is the sequential number of the tools. The tool 1 is probably likely to stay tool 1 for eternity. Just helps to track it. Even if I was to put a different end mill and obviously the right collet for it, it's always going to stay as tool 1, just the detail of it's going to change. The second column is the pockets on the tool changer, the ATC. The Haas that I have only has a 10 pocket tool changer, so whatever tool you put in there is going to be in its designated pocket. Then I've got the type of end mills, or drill, taps, whatever. The diameter in the next column, number of flutes. The tool height is measured from the mechanical tool height setter with the mill. Got the type of holder there, and obviously the material that the particular end mill or cutter that's in that holder at this precise moment in time is a carbide for tool 1, and then you've got your maximum depth of flute, radial compensation. The date was actually to try and track the hours that I've used that end mill for. I haven't quite perfected that. As I start to wear cutters out, I'll be able to improve on that. And obviously the traffic light system was based on the number of hours and when it was time to change a particular end mill. So then that transposes into the tool table that's in CAM. All of those tools are all listed in there, and as you can see they're all sequential. The details are all similar, they're either end mills or drills or whatever, face mill. So that is your typical tool table that you'll get in the likes of Fusion 360, Inventor. I haven't seen Mastercam, but I imagine it's not dissimilar. So when you actually set up a job in CAM and you select an operation and then get to set up the tool path, you, as part of selecting a tool path, you'll have to designate a tool to it. So what you have is you will select a tool from your master list as you set up that operation, but when you actually come to finalize your CAM and post your NC code out to your mill, you'll find that you can't actually use things like tool 16. I can't tell the Haas mill that I've got, tool 16 in there because it's only got 10 pockets, and it gets very upset when you try telling it that it's got to go and find pocket 16. And it does have a habit of throwing tools at people, so the chances are it probably will throw the tool out. So anyways, the top line you can see is the tool that has been selected for the particular operation in CAM. Now if you go down to edit on the Fusion type screen, you then get to pull up the details of that tool. You can actually change these details without it affecting the tool that's in your master list, if that makes sense. So where I've got tool 16 here, because I want to put it into pocket 2 for example, all I need to do is change all of those for 2s, and then as far as cam's concerned, it's going to call up pocket 2 for that particular operation, and that's brilliant. And that will not affect the master list, so obviously that's there for eternity. You won't need to worry about if you're manipulating it as part of the operation as opposed to operating it as part of the tool list. If you do it as manipulating the tool list, then yes, you will do it. But as the operation, you can actually change these details, you can change the feeds and speeds, and your master settings will stay the same. Well, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, then please give me a thumbs up, and if you would subscribe, you'd be doing me a great honour. Please feel free to have a look at my other content. Thanks again, see you in the next one.